Right, sandwich number 2. You ready for this, Jamie?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you are.
Let's go.
Marshmallows and Marmite.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Come on, man. That's a game changer right there. You got sweet from the marshmallows, and then you got salty, sort of savoury from the Marmite.
You know my opinion on pineapples, Dan, yeah?
I haven't given you pineapple yet.
Yeah, my opinion on it is, what is it? It's
Bravest
food,
food.
yeah? My opinion on Marmite is that is like a trigger for a serial killer. That is what starts them off.
I never used to like it, but I
Marmite-
got a taste for it.
Marmite is fucking diabolical, and so
What?
is marshmallows.
What am I putting in my sandwich, Con?
Let's go for Nutella and burger cheese.
Oh, is that what those slices are? Oh, yeah, for the listeners, obviously most people know what Marmite is. Oh, shit, I've broken the bread.
Is it a British thing or is it a well-known thing?
It's British. The Australian version is Vegemite.
Put it this way, any listeners in the US, if you don't have Marmite, you don't want it.
It's
You don't want
yeast extract. So it's
Yeah.
like really, really salty.
And people, it was famous, it had an advert back in the day, it was like, some people love it, some people hate it.
Yeah,
I'll tell
there's
you
no,
what, you can
it's
fuck off.
alright. It's either one or the
Yeah.
other.
Soon find out. I think the pineapple's going to... Do you know when I said, as soon as we're done with this sandwich maker, people might think we're wasteful at the end of this episode, but if that's what you think, stop listening, because I'm sorry, but this is what's happening.
Jamie's getting annoyed now. He's losing his temper. He's like, I don't want to do this.
I'm starting to lose my rag a little bit. This sandwich toast is going straight in the fucking bin. As soon as we end this podcast, it's going. It's going.
Let's
'Cause
see
I'm telling
another
you,
side to you,
I'm telling you
Jamie.
right now, that pineapple is going to ruin it. It's
Do you want me to leave that one till the end then?
You can, yeah, if you want.
Okay, I'll
I'm
leave
not
that
going
to
to tell
you.
you how to do it, Dan. I'm not going to tell you. I need to heat that back up.
Let's see another side to you, Jamie. This is the tantrum. I don't want to do this anymore.
This is the aggressive side of Jamie. That I actually had a comment from one of the guys at work saying they were listening to our podcast and they said that I'm so relaxed about people's situations that I'm almost asleep. And I was like, mate, I said I'm a calm person in general circumstances, but when I get annoyed because everyone at work knows that I just moan all the time.
Mm.
But when I'm on the podcast, I'm a completely different person. I was like, yeah, because I want to do the podcast. I don't want to be at work, do I? I don't want to be listening to your shit at work.
Right. So this is a previous listener. It was a listener that had the problem with the Monday Club, the group of people that you work with calling in sick.
Yeah.
So he said, Daniel and Jamie, your advice was hilarious on my question. I really appreciated. You were on point and blunt when it comes to the time wasters. I have something not related to this issue and which is slightly related to the famous lube story. I was ordering items from Love Honey, which is an adult toy website, for my anniversary surprise for the other half. I had ordered a basic bondage set like a paddle, blindfold, handcuffs, etc. I've been ordering and missing deliveries. They say they've delivered and nothing is at my house. I checked my Ring doorbell and the delivery man is dropping it behind the plant pot at the front of my house. And my neighbour opposite is taking them. She's an elderly woman with a horrible cat who no one talks to on the street. She calls the police frequently on our neighbours for their noise and generally is a crazy person. She is now the proud owner of 3 bondage kits. I don't know what to think. Do I confront the woman and find out she's stealing my post? Or do I ignore it as I was home the last time and got my goods and a refund for the other 3? I know during your pod you have a lot of neighbourly disputes, so I'm keen to see what you men would do. That's brilliant. Why is there so many people stealing people's mail?
It's insane, man. It's insane. It's happened to me when I lived in the building before. It happened to me then.
I think you spoke
Obviously,
about
we've
that
had
before.
this.
That wasn't it a rug or something?
Yeah, someone stole. I was so happy what it was.
I think
Someone
this needs to
stole.
go
I
a bit
accidentally
longer.
ordered, instead of a 10 by, like a 2 meter by 3 meter rug, I ordered a fucking doormat that was made out of felt, essentially, and it had hair
Yeah.
attached to it. It was fucking terrible. It was basically when you order something off Amazon, thinking it's going to be one thing, and it's actually something completely different. Someone nicked that, and I thought, yeah, serves you right, you cunt. It's like, you've actually received the piece of shit that I've received. But
I said before on the last one, didn't
that
I? I was like, you
marshmallow
can.
has ruined. It's absolutely. I'm gonna have to wait for that to cool down. It's gone everywhere.
Yeah, you shouldn't have overfilled it. You should have just put a couple in there. Yeah, I said before you can order them presents that are like sabotage boxes. So if she steals it and opens it, and fucking confetti will fly out, and fucking alarms will go off, and there'll be a camera in it and stuff like that.
That's
But,
a good idea. I used to work in a cash dispensary in between retail and the job I do now. And obviously, famously in films, there's paint bags or paint cassettes, and I'm telling you, they're the most sensitive things ever. Yeah. And this was during the changeover between the old £10 note and the new £10 note. So we went from like a paper cloth £10 to like this finally material, didn't we?
Yeah,
So we had to change the insides of these cassettes. So when they go into a cash point, they work with the new note, because obviously it's a slightly different size, etc. So we were doing that, and I'm telling you, on 4 different occasions, guys come out and they're covered in yellow and blue paint and that. Absolutely head to toe, yellow and blue paint where it's exploded in their face.
that's fucking brilliant. Did you see there's a new... So obviously women carry around like pepper spray and blah, 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 blah. There's a new one that sprays basically red paint. So it blinds you, and then oh no, it's food colouring, and then it dyes your skin.
So they're easy to track down.
Yeah, yeah. I was laughing because there was
That's
a
a good
woman,
idea.
she was like demonstrating it, and her mate just kept firing it in her face, and she was like, "Stop!" She just kept going. But
Yeah, I think a booby trap is a good idea for this woman.
something needs to be done. Like normally, I would say, leave it alone. But it's like those cases when you watch The Nightmare Neighbours, which we also talked about, and you just think, I wish someone would something not that's going to kill her or anything like that, just something that's going to make a mess. And then if she comes up and goes, "Why did you order that?" You'd be like, "I didn't order anything. If I had ordered it, it would have come to me, but you received it, so it wasn't mine." You know what I mean? What's she going to do? "Oh, police! I stole my neighbour's parcel, and when I opened it, it exploded in my face." I don't know why that made me laugh.
What makes me laugh is she's sitting there in her house, surrounded in bondage kits, yeah, and then she's gonna have like a big paint stain up against the wall. Do you know, like in cartoons where it's like
It's like an outline.
you see like the cutout of yourself. The
It'd be
police come
horrible
into
if-
the house and they're like, "What's happened, Mrs. Myrtle or whatever her name is?" Yeah, and they're like, "What's happened here?" And then she's just surrounded in leather everywhere. Yeah. And there's like her own shape in the background in bright red paint. It will look like a fucking serial killer's MO.
I would laugh if he did it, and she come to the door and she had the 3 parcels, and she was like, "I was collecting your mail for you because I didn't want to get it to get stolen, and one of your parcels exploded by accident." That cracked me up. Something fucking chronic.
I don't know. It's a hard one. I remember growing up. I don't know whether I've told this in the story. When we were growing up, like we were little tearaways. We used to do stuff like kick people's wind mirrors on their cars and stuff, and kick them off and stuff like that. We used to do stupid shit when we were young kids, probably about like 11, 12 years old. I remember we were throwing conkers at this old man's window once. Yeah. Fuck knows why we were doing it, yeah. But we could see him in his living room, and it was like, do you remember People's Park? They had like the flats on the hill that you could see into their flats. And so we collected like a load of conkers, and as we were walking down, we see this old fella sitting on his sofa, and being the little shits that we were, we decided we were going to throw conkers at him. So we were like throwing conkers at the window, yeah, and they were like going ding. They're not like powerful enough to smash the window or whatever, but they were like annoying him. And he got up, and obviously, as at the time we were naive to what it was, but he got up and he grabbed off the wall like an old, like 100-year-old musket off the wall, and just pointed it at us and stood there pointing it at us. And we thought, oh shit, he's going to shoot us. So then we ran away and acted like little pussy holes. But obviously it was a wall-mounted thing, so it was clearly not going to be a real gun. And I remember after that, he used, every time we walked past his flat, he used to like take pictures of us and stuff.
Oh.
And we used to call him, we used to shout pedo through the window at him, yeah.
That was my first like, oh, what the fuck is he doing with those photos?
And I just remember all the parents like told him off for taking photos of us and all that stuff. So it might be a case of like the neighbours, because if she's robbing from this one person, she's probably robbing everyone. She's probably off her head and robbing everyone and stuff. So I think if the neighbours collectively come together, you don't necessarily have to even involve the police. You could even just host some sort of intervention with her and just ask her what she's playing at. And then if she still carries on with her bullshit, get the police involved. Normally, I would say when it's a neighbour, try your best not to raise the situation to another level. But if she's stealing your stuff, she's stealing your stuff. If that was a 40-year-old bloke, you'd have a fight with him.
Yes, yeah. See, I'm the opposite. If he hasn't got involved with her already, he's got the refund for the packages. He's got the package finally. I would just find some other way to receive your packages and then just stay the fuck away from her. Because I was literally watching a video before we came on here of a neighbour that was like, they shared, you know, the houses where you have like an alleyway and the door is on either side, so you can see like your neighbour's front door. So they had a Ring doorbell, and he didn't like that it was facing his house. Well, what are you gonna fucking do? But like in the middle of the night, he's like,
it's just gonna face your house.
Yeah, so he's like trying to like get a screwdriver to it and stuff like that, and I think you just want to be at peace in your own house. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't have to put up with shit like that. So
you should also be allowed to have something delivered to your house, though.
Yeah, without being stolen. It's fucking ridiculous.
Without being stolen.
I see people are getting like drop boxes put on their house.
Yeah, it's quite common in my area. It's quite when I walk Rocco around the area, I see quite a few of them because
I think they're
you're
quite
never in.
Idea.
Like me and Charlotte were discussing it today because Charlotte's again found herself at the Royal Mail depot today, picking up a fucking parcel because she orders so much stuff, but we're never in the daytime because obviously we both work. So it's the same for everyone. There must be more returns for the Royal Mail than there is actually fucking like parcels successfully delivered during the daytime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the lockboxes are a good idea.
They are a good idea. So I think if you're stuck, like I said before, my brother doesn't work, so he's always at home. So if I ever have anything delivered, I get it sent to my mum's house, so I know it's never going to get returned. But people don't have that luxury, right? So I think a Dropbox is a good idea. You know what I mean? You either nail them, like screw them to the wall, don't you, in your house, or that some people like cement them into the floor. But,
yeah, you can get them where they're like drilled into a cement block.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. If it's your house, obviously if it's rented, don't fucking get a Dropbox. But it's a good option if that's, you know, you haven't got that option. Or I've said before, the Amazon, I think do they use them as well? But you have like storage lockers that they go to and they put it in and they send you a code and you go and put the code in and it opens the door.
Oh yeah, you normally see them at petrol stations and stuff.
Yeah, they're a good idea as well. I was thinking to myself, I bet my neighbours can hear my advice here. Getting a listen without getting a listen
Shout,
on us.
who the fuck's moved my bin?
Yeah.
Who's moved my bin, you cunts? Shout them.
Yeah. Makes me laugh because my windows are so shit that it doesn't matter that I've closed them. They probably can still fucking hear me. Right, I think this sandwich is cold enough. I'm going to take a bite out the middle because there's only so much Nutella in it. That's not bad. I think you found something good here.
I knew this would happen, that you'd like everything. I knew this would fucking happen.
Now you're thinking to yourself.
Oh my fuck.
Now
I
you're
couldn't
thinking
even
to
chew.
yourself.
I couldn't even chew it.
Who
I've got it
suggested
beard.
this game?
Oh.
I've got a chance to eat them because there's more sandwiches to go.
Oh, fuck.
We just got another email while we're doing this one.